Welcome to Man That's Cooking. In this video, we're going to show you how to make a boneless turkey roast in a Dutch oven. So before we show you how to make the turkey, we're going to make a side dish. Why is that? Well, we're going to preheat the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to put some russet potatoes into that oven while we prep this turkey. Potatoes are going to take longer to cook than the turkey, so real simple, just wash these russet potatoes, oil them down, poke them with a fork, and then salt them with kosher salt. You go as heavy as you like, and once you're done with that and your oven is preheated, pop them in the oven. So now on to the boneless turkey roast. We're going to get a little fancy here, and we're going to add some fresh herbs. Now keep in mind, you can skip all these steps if you don't feel like being fancy, if you don't want potatoes as a side dish. We're going to have a jump point where you can get right to the turkey roast in this video, so just click that and scoot ahead. But if you want to follow along, we've got fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, and fresh sage. Sometimes you could buy this in the trifecta packet at your grocery store, usually around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Otherwise, you might have to buy this separately, or if you're super cool and you have these in your own herb garden, well, bless your heart, here you go. Okay, so let's cut open this packaging from the boneless turkey roast. Now, these come in several different flavors. We happen to have the white and dark meat mix edition of the turkey roast, and these usually have a packet of gravy, so you want to wash that down, get all the raw turkey juices off of that, and we're going to show you how to make that in a moment. But first, what you want to do is get all of the juices off, and use about 2 paper towels or so. Do it twice. Absorb all that juice off the surface, because we want the surface as dry as we can get it, relatively speaking. And then we're going to oil it down with vegetable oil. Next, what we're going to do is season it down with basic black pepper, none of the heavy grain stuff, just regular black pepper, followed by kosher salt. And you want to do this on all sides. Make sure you oil down each side and apply the seasoning to it. Now, while you're doing this, you want to preheat your Dutch oven on a burner at medium high. You want to get it pretty hot, because we're going to brown this turkey roast on all sides. And when the Dutch oven is preheated and the turkey roast is seasoned, go ahead and add a little bit of oil. You could use vegetable oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, whatever you feel is the healthiest oil. Just don't be using 10W30 Valvoline, all you NASCAR fans out there. So what you want to do is use some tongs, and you want to sear this for about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes per side. You're going to generate some smoke. It's not terrible. You've seen in some of our past videos with beef that you might have to disconnect your smoke detectors. In this case, it's not going to be that smoky. And the main reason for that is because there's not much fat in this cut of meat. So congratulations on being healthy. You might live one more day. Alright, so after you brown all the sides, what you want to do next is apply some oil, just lightly, and then add the herbs from the chopped herbs earlier. And you don't have to add all of them. You can save some for later as a topping. And then it's time to put this in the oven. So the best way to cook this, of course, is by temperature. And we're going to add a temperature probe and set the alarm at 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I know that's a little bit lower than your typical 175 for dark meat. Remember, this is a mixture of white and dark, and you also have carryover cooking, which can raise the temperature all the way up to 5 degrees past that point when you let it rest. And if you cook by time instead of temperature, this took about an hour and 20 minutes with the oven at 350 Fahrenheit. Your potatoes should be at least 205 Fahrenheit, and the turkey is at least 170, 171 Fahrenheit. Now pay attention to these instructions on the gravy. Man did not do that. The juices in the bottom of this Dutch oven actually need to be added to a measuring cup with the water. So we ended up with a little bit too much water, but that's fine because you can steam that off. But you basically want to combine everything together and use some kind of spatula, wooden spoon, and scrape the fond off the bottom of the Dutch oven. That's the really cool part about using this, is you can get all that extra flavor at the bottom incorporated into your gravy. Food porn flyover. Oh, is that looking good or what? Well, I mean, it's kind of weird. So let's cut off that sexy fishnet. We don't need that anymore. There's so many things to unpack here. It's kind of like unwrapping a Christmas present with a Thanksgiving meal for one inside of a fishnet that maybe you caught by yourself. Alright, so man's using his electric knife that causes global warming. Some of you don't realize that's a joke, and you write angry comments. And that's fine. But hey, Tofurkey's got nothing on this right here. This is nice and tender. It's moist. It is delicious. We've got a whole white meat section. Keep in mind though, this is the blended with dark meat. So we're going to have some dark meat mixed in. And that's good too. So don't be sleeping on this turkey roast. This is available all year round. You don't have to wait for the holidays. You can treat yourself at any time and just think about the holidays. I mean, isn't it great you could just make this in July instead of November? And you don't have to fight with your drunk uncle over politics. So here's everything combined. We've got the gravy, we got the little bit of extra herbs on the top, we got some cheddar cheese and those potatoes. It's a perfect dish. So hey, thanks for watching this video. Check us out at manthat'scooking.com. Click like, click subscribe. Let us know in the comments section what you thought about this video if you're going to try it yourself at home. Check us out at Facebook or Muskrat's new X. See ya!